You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Small. What's going on in Smallville, man? You guys all right?
Yeah, things are good. We're glad to be home other than this yucky weather. Ugh.
Well, you know, it's another winter on the prairie, and we didn't get a spring this year, so it was kind of winter. Got a couple months where, you know, sun was shining when you could wear shorts, and now we're back to winter, and that's just life, man. That's what
fall.
we're doing.
It was a nice day.
That was about it, too. We didn't really get a spring.
No.
What is going on?
I probably global warming
around here. Of course, this weekend, Monday, officially Veterans Day.
Yes, it was.
And I just want to point this out because I did get, I don't even remember who I was talking to or whatever, but somebody said, hey, that thing you guys do on Sunny Radio. And I'm like, what thing? Well, it's really cool that you have, like, you know, veterans saying stuff. Those are called in the business, those are known as liners.
Yeah.
And, it's important to point out where it's pretty cool that most media will get together 2-3 times a year and salute our military. Yeah. We do it 24/7, man.
Exactly.
Because it's
every day is Veterans Day here.
It's a pretty big deal. And keep in mind, although Veterans Day was Monday, this happens to be now National Veterans and Military Families Month, the entire month of November.
Awesome. Love it.
And we're starting up some cool little new features in lieu of that. And also, happy birthday to the U.S. Marines.
Very cool.
Originally launched and founded November 10th in 1775. So Semper Fi, which of course is Latin for
awesome
Semper
haircuts.
Fi.
I was just hoping like heck you guys knew the translation.
Oh.
Actually, it means always faithful.
Oh, nice.
So,
does it really?
Yes, John, it does.
We never know with Dan.
You know what? I make a lot of stuff up. But when it comes to the Marines, I'm playing straight.
Okay.
I just am.
Is your son, is he a Marine?
Luke was U.S. Army, actually.
Okay.
Yep. He was 10th Group Special Forces Airborne.
That's awesome.
Yeah, out of Fort Carson, Colorado. So
very, very nice.
And salute to everybody who's been involved with that, and certainly families who have people currently serving who have served, because the families, you know what? That's a big deal for them.
It is.
So something I was going to say, if you happen to be a service member, somebody who served in the military or are currently serving in the military, and you hear those things and you're going, how do I do that? Very, very simple. Reach out to us through our website, sunnyradio.com. You'll see a thing. I call it the Hero Hotline, and I've had people say you shouldn't call it that because I'm no hero. You know what? To me, you're a hero. That's why we call it that. But if you call that number, you can actually leave a voicemail and record one of those. We'd love to have you on there.
Yeah, the script is right there.
Yeah, and if you'd rather do it like in person, reach out to me. We'll set up a time. I'd love to meet you and thank you for your service in person.
Absolutely.
It's a big deal to us.
It is.
It's really, really neat. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour on Sunny 93.3.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
A cup of mud in your eye, yo. Ranger rascals, yo.
I don't think that's the same, is it?
Tell you what, just a quick reminder here before we get going. The Ranger Dan theme song that we just heard there, that's available for download, special for the holidays, $1.99 a month. Get it on Amazon Prime.
$1.99 a month? Huh?
$1.99 a month. Nice. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to what we do best, and that's, of course, laying a little critter knowledge on the little radio rangers at home. Learn all about
Critter Corner, yeah.
That's the Critter Corner. That's what it is. And, this may not be seasonal, but I think this is a pretty fascinating little fun fact
all
here.
Right.
Butterflies.
Yeah.
Did you know? Because I'm guessing you didn't. Heck, I didn't know until I researched it a little bit. Butterflies have their taste buds
Their feet.
on their feet.
I did know.
Which explains why you normally don't see butterflies wearing shoes. And that reminds me, I started a little promotion, a little win big time a month or so back. I'd like to announce a winner having to do with the Sertoma Butterfly House. I put it out there. You get a $50 Ranger Dan gift certificate if you do, in fact, walk into the Sertoma Butterfly House, which is nothing more than a butterfly mill.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in there.
And you bring a big super gas powered leaf blower in there, wing open the doors, and set them butterflies free. Congratulations to Logan Lindquist. Who would have got the job done had he not been pushed into the stingray petting pool? Logan, rest assured, when you get out of the juvenile detention center, that gift certificate will be waiting for you, and that's redeemable for anything having to do with Ranger Dan. You can get yourself a Ranger Dan hat, maybe a badge, maybe a taser, maybe some Ranger Dan s'mores in a can. Don't forget your complimentary box of Billy Graham's. There's a taste of heaven in every bite. That does it for Ranger Dan today. Remember, little Radio Ranger, stay in school, go to church, say your prayers, eat your vegetables, don't play soccer, don't get you wearing Crocs. That's it, Ranger Dan out. Yes, sir.
And Ranger Dan's Critter Corner on Sunny 93.3.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. We have Mr. Dan Farris standing by. You're going to announce a winner first? Is that what you said?
Yeah, take care of a little station business here first.
Okay.
Now, we partner with Tire Motive.
We do.
Driven by Service up on North Mary Road. And we also partner with Big Paws Canine Foundation.
Also
Keep in mind,
good
for the
people.
month of November, every oil change that Mike and Jeff and the team do at Tire Motive, portion of the cost of that oil change is being gifted to Big Paws Canine Foundation.
That's absolutely
Gail
beautiful.
and the crew over there. So,
I
so
love
that's pretty
that.
cool. And also, they're good enough to let us give away oil changes every week. Congratulations. From beautiful Hartford, South Dakota, Lynette Schroeder, come on down. Lynette, thanks for listening, you nut ya.
Yeah.
And that's not just some chippy little oil change. You got a newer car, used synthetic, whatever. This
Absolutely.
is value.
It's a nice oil change.
Value up to $50, depending
Yeah.
on the situation with your vehicle.
Yeah.
So
It's a
there
good
we
deal.
go.
Congrats.
And speaking of vehicles, this ties right in with water cooler talk, and I dig deep. And I tell you what, you cannot swing a dead moose without hitting something to do with parking in this town anymore.
Sure, that's not a saying
true.
either.
That's not a saying?
No.
Okay.
It is now.
Although there was a moose running around a few weeks ago right here in Sioux Falls.
I was.
Yeah, and they named him Bruce the Moose. And
Bruce the Moose
Whatever. I thought
is on the
it
loose.
would have been more interesting if he'd been traveling with a squirrel, but that's
That would have
just
been
me.
fabulous.
Yeah.
So here's the skinny now. Public parking lots downtown could be turned into commercial or residential real estate in coming years. Now, there's approximately 8 paved parking lots downtown. Those are run, controlled, owned by the city. Now the city's going, oh yeah, we'll sell those to you.
Really?
Where are people going to park?
Oh, parking's not a problem downtown.
No.
You can't swing a dead moose without hitting an open parking spot.
There's no
down
dead
there.
mooses, and there's
Yeah.
no parking spots.
It's crazy. Downtown is finest development I've ever witnessed in my life.
They're plush with parking, Heidi. Get
It's
over it.
crazy. It's
New $20
crazy.
million parking ramp. It's all good. We are set.
jeez.
Yeah, all they're saying is, because it costs money and there's a fund to run parking down there and everything else, it actually costs city money, apparently, to have those parking lots down there. So
It does,
all
yeah.
they're saying is, and my guess is it hinges on what is this, this monstrosity we have
Right,
down
this-
there that
yeah.
isn't quite done. What is that, a 500 space ramp? Is that what it's set up for? About
I
500?
don't even know what
But
it
there
was.
was room for 12 parking spaces there.
Okay, you can have 12 parking spaces or 2 hotels that aren't happening. I don't know. Like I said, I'm totally confused.
I didn't really read the story.
But if you wanted to put up some lofts or, let's see, what's the big trend? Say a craft brewery, maybe with a tattoo shop and a
Another
bank.
bank.
Just buy a parking lot downtown.
But would they then put parking above or below that facility?
I
then?
guess
Is
it
that-
depends, because if somebody buys it and they're talking commercial here, well, that would now be privately owned. So
Yeah.
I would guess, depending
So
on
whatever
zoning
they
and everything
build,
else, they
they
can
would-
build whatever they want.
Right.
Because look, there's some buildings downtown that have like parking built into
You would almost
them.
have to downtown. I mean, you'd almost have to have your own parking built into the structure.
At this
because
point, I would think so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad thing. Like the what is it? It's not the Holiday. What is that thing called? There's a hotel down there.
Well, there's 3 of them now.
several.
Yeah.
The newest one that's right on the river there.
Oh, Phillips?
Yeah, it's
The
not
one that just opened?
No, it's been open a little while now. It's on the Greenway.
Pave is in there.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
Is it Crave? That's
Hilton
in there?
Garden
Hilton
Inn.
Garden. It's quite the process.
Yeah,
Holy
Crave.
cow.
Crave is in there. We don't spend a lot of time downtown.
Dan looks so disappointed right now. He's like, "What did I just witness?"
Yikes.
Like, they have parking underneath it there.
Yes, they do.
That was all I was going to say. It took a long time to say it.
That's all he wanted to say, and yet here we are.
And here we are.
Here we are.
There's parking under
I
there.
knew where you were going with that.
I would, if I had the funding to do it, I would immediately buy the best parking lot down there,
Yeah.
and I would just stanchion it off and set up a little booth and not allow anybody. It would just be mine. It's like, this is mine, man. Keep driving.
I bought this. Go away.
You just keep circling, man. This
We
is
have
mine.
lots of spots.
You're out of
No.
luck.
What's it
No,
cost to park here? No parking available. Sorry.
none. We're full.
No parking zone.
Just keep moving there, sport.
All right. Hey, coming up in a moment, we're going to be talking about the Mocktails Mixoff event that's coming up. I think this is like the 5th annual. It's coming up next month. But you can win $1,000 if you have the very best non-alcoholic drink recipe.
Nice.
You can register right now. You can go in, and then we're going to have 10 people like in the actual Mocktails Mixoff. All of those details coming up on Sunny.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Diane Hall. She is with South Dakota EMS for Children, and they've got a cool event that's coming up. Diane, how long has the Mocktails Mix-Off been going on? This is several years now.
It is. This will be our 5th year. We are very excited to promote it and can't wait for the event, the first Friday in December 6th.
Now, we kind of got a call for recipes night right now, and there's a little bit of a twist this year in the entire event, isn't there?
There is. Mocktails with a twist of restraint. The whole purpose is buckle up and don't drink and drive. So we're chomping at the bit to get that message out there.
Now, this is the time of year when the holiday parties start kicking off. I've already seen, well, they've been out for months now, like a month and a half, Christmas lights and Christmas things in stores. But this is when people start having their Christmas parties and their holiday parties. And so many times those involve alcohol. So the thing that's nice about the Mocktails Mix-Off with a twist of restraint, here's an opportunity to have some delicious tasting drinks that don't have alcohol. So you can have something that's responsible for people to be able to drive home. And the cool thing is, if you've got a really neat recipe idea, Diane's going to tell you how you can win $1,000 with that recipe, right?
Right. Share the recipe. All you have to do is go to mocktailsmixoff.com and submit the recipe. Mocktails, MOCKTAILS, mixoff.com. And the recipes need to be in by the 22nd of November to be in the running. We select 10 recipes that are chosen to compete at the live event. The live event is on the 6th of December at Coffea on Louise Avenue.
The 22nd of November sounds like it's a long ways away. That's next Friday, so that's really not that long away.
Right, it's creeping up on us. So yeah, get your recipes in there. Recipes judged on creativity, taste, presentation, name. So get creative.
And if you'd like to register to have your recipe as one of the 10 that get judged, you can do that now at mocktailsmixoff.com. I'm going to throw a link to that on our Facebook page as well. Diane, thank you for all that you guys do, and thank you for keeping this thing going. I know there was one group that was kind of in charge of it in the past that's not involved, and I'm glad that you guys stepped up and said, no, this needs to keep going. So thank you for all that you're doing to help make it happen.
Great. Thanks a bunch. Appreciate it.
And I think it's just a cool event. We've been a part of it since year one as well, and we love being a part of it. So if you get a chance, join us. The best way to do it, first things first, before we even tell you when and where, all of those details are on the website, but we need to get you to that website so you can input in the little form your name, your information, and the recipe that you want to present that night, because I would love to see you win $1,000. Who couldn't use $1,000 right now? I mean, that'd be an awesome way to have a very, very Merry Christmas. So register now, MocktailsMixoff.com. I've got all the information at Facebook.com/Sunny Radio.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at TimeForRehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at TimeForRehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. Let me do a few tricks, some old and then some new tricks. 'Cause baby, I'm very versatile. Wow, I don't think we need to go any further than that.
Wow, that was...
Woo!
Yeah, I'm stunned. I was ready to snap. And then we didn't do the snapping. It kind of threw me for a loop.
We're not done yet.
Okay.
Celebrities are fabulous. They are. This has been so funny to watch. This season's Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
Only because former Donald Trump press secretary Sean Spicer has been on there. And let's just be honest about it. Dude can't move great.
No, really?
He can't.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard people
and
are
week
losing their minds.
after week, the judges are just going, dude, you need to leave. But
he keeps getting saved.
Viewers can cast their vote, and Trump supporters are going, no, he's staying.
You're staying.
So it's turned into just this big, it's just been hysterical.
So basically, they're keeping him there even though he can't dance.
Correct.
He could win this thing.
Correct. Well, no, he can't. He just got voted off the island the other night.
Did he?
He finally did. Yeah, and the judges were like, oh, thank goodness. It's like, Sean, we love you, but man, you've been killing us.
You're making a mockery of this whole program.
Well, the problem is they've had to, cut loose far superior dance talent.
Right.
But it's been pretty funny. All these Trump supporters going, yeah, dude sucks. But, yep, we're with you, Sean. You keep hoofing it there, pal.
Still got some minutes on my burner phone. I'm going to vote again.
But it's added a real level of kind of interest to this season, man. It's just been kind of funny.
Oh, funny.
I've not seen a bit of it. So
I haven't either.
Judges are going, because I think every dance you can get, I think the top score is like 30. I think every judge can cast up to 10 points, I believe, per dance.
Okay.
And Sean, I mean, he's like getting, -2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you made the cut.
Wow.
But then he gets voted back by the people.
Because viewers can vote.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's been pretty funny. And then, and every week, and then Trump sends a tweet. Please vote for Sean. I'm dead serious.
That's probably why
this has been going on the entire season.
Fantastic.
So there you go, Sean Spicer. Out of a gig, but boy, he went a lot farther than he probably should have. So.
Would you do something like that?
I absolutely would. Yeah, if it were for a charity. Yeah.
See, I don't know that I would. I'm not a good dancer. I'm also not a star, so that probably takes me out of the equation.
Carl
anyway.
Sandburg Junior High School, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I believe the year was it would have been the late 60s. I took second place in the school dance-off. Bobby Murphy beat me. Yeah.
What's he doing nowadays?
Bobby Murphy, I believe.
Professional dancer?
Last I heard, he was shuffling around the back alley somewhere in Florida.
Oh, wow. So there you go. Well.
So the trophy didn't take him far, what you're saying.
Oh, he lived off it for a long time. Because that happened in like 8th grade. Yeah, he rode that all the way to college. And I was like first loser, so.
I'd love to ask you to the prom, but you didn't win that thing in 8th grade. So not going to happen. Well, Dan, thanks for coming in with a little entertainment news. It's always fun to get updated here.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Again, the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris right here on Sunny 93.3.